Good morning to one and all. A very warm and eco-conscious welcome to the ICSSR sponsored National Seminar on Sustainable Development and Energy Security and Interdisciplinary Approach organized by NIILM University, Kathal, Haryana. This two-day seminar is a proud intellectual initiative that brings together scholars, researchers, academicians, industry experts, and policy thinkers from across the nation to engage in thought-provoking discussions on sustainability, renewable energy, climate change, and development policy. As we begin this momentous occasion, let us invoke the light of knowledge, wisdom, and positivity. In Indian tradition, lighting the ceremonial lamp signifies the dispelling of darkness and the awakening of enlightenment, perfectly resonating with the theme of our seminar, Sustainable Development and Energy Security. I now request our esteemed dignitaries in the front row to kindly come forward and join us for the lamp lighting ceremony, marking the formal inauguration of this ICSSR-sponsored national seminar hosted by NIILM University, Kathal, Haryana. We feel extremely honored to have all the presenters, dignitaries, faculty members for their gracious presence. Your ideas, contributions, and energy will surely make this seminar a success and a milestone in interdisciplinary research. Shubham karoti kalyanam, arogyam, dhana sampada, shatru buddhi vinashaya, deepa jyoti namastute. I bow to the divine light of the lamp, which brings auspiciousness, prosperity, good health, and destroys the negativity. Shubham karoti kalyanam, auspicious and well-being. Arogyam dhan sampada, good health and wealth. Shatru buddhi vinashaya, destruction of negative thoughts and harmful intentions. Deepa jyoti namastute, a salutation to the light of the lamp. The shloka is a prayer for positive outcomes, both material and spiritual, and a recognition of the lamp's symbolic power to dispel darkness and negativity. It is indeed a moment of pride and gratitude for NIILM University, Kathal, to have been entrusted by the Indian Council of Social Science Research, ICSSR, New Delhi, with the responsibility to host this prestigious national seminar on sustainable development and energy security and interdisciplinary approach. We are deeply thankful to ICSSR for their generous support and recognition, which reflects their faith in our academic vision and commitment to contributing meaningfully to national and global discourses on sustainability, energy, and development. This seminar is not just an event, but a platform bringing together diverse voices, disciplines, and ideas to address some of the most urgent challenges of our time. We remain sincerely grateful for the opportunity to facilitate this much needed dialogue. Now, I take the privilege to introduce the guiding force behind this national seminar, our convener, Dr. Ravindra Pandey from Department of Economics, NIILM University, Cathal, a visionary academician and an ardent believer in interdisciplinary research. Dr. Pandey has been instrumental in conceptualizing and organizing this event with great dedication and precision. We are equally grateful for the relentless efforts of our co-conveners, Dr. Mahendra Munde, Dr. Manoj, Professor NLM University from the Department of Public Administration, Mass Communication and Journalism, whose organizational skills, scholarly input, and teamwork have been invaluable to the success of this seminar. Once again, a very good morning to all distinguished guests, respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, scholars, and participants. Myself, Dr. Ekta Chahal, serving as the Dean, School of Social Science and Humanities. It is indeed my honor and privilege to serve as the facilitator of this ICSSR-sponsored national seminar on sustainable development and energy security and interdisciplinary approach. I also welcome coordinator of this national seminar, Dr. Renu Bala, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science from NIILM University, Cathal, Haryana. Now, the moment has come. It is our utmost honor to welcome a distinguished academician, visionary leader, and a respected figure in the field of higher education, Professor R.C. Puhar, former Vice Chancellor of the Central University of Haryana. I would like to hear from the presenters and from the audience a huge round of applause for our distinguished personality. Professor Puhar is a renowned educationist whose academic contribution, leadership roles, and deep commitment to excellence have left a lasting impact on the academic landscape of India. He has served with distinction in various prestigious institutions and has been a guiding light in shaping educational policies and institutional frameworks at national levels. Sir, we are truly privileged by your gracious presence at this ICSSR-sponsored national seminar. It's really been a pleasure to say a few words or say the words are not enough to explain about his achievements and his development as an academician. Professor R.C. Puhar, overseas associateship, ranked among 0.5 and figured at world rank 13 in specific research area. Solid state fermentation according to scholarly analysis 2024 by Scholar GPS, Los Angeles, USA, and has also ranked consequently for 5 years among the top 2% of scientists globally by the Stanford University survey from 2020 to 2024. He has also served as member of the University Grants Commission UGC, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Pro-Chancellor at SGT University, Gurugram, Vice-Chancellor at Central University of Haryana, Mahendragarh, as Professor, HOD and Dean at University of Delhi. Such a renowned personality, words are not enough for me to explain about his profile. आपकी तालियां जरूर इनकी इन अचीवमेंट्स को बयां कर पाए. May I now humbly invite Professor R.C. Puhar to kindly deliver the special inaugural address and enlighten us with his thoughts and vision. Before to invite him, I would like to call Professor Dr. R.K. Gupta ji for welcome address, the Dean Academic Affairs, NIILM University, Cathal, Haryana. Sir, will connect with us? Dr. R.K. Gupta ji will connect with us.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Ekta Chahal ji. I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Honorable Chief Guest, Professor R.C. Kohart, former Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Director ICSSR New Delhi, our Chief Patron and respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Sameem Ahmed Saab, Managing Director, Dr. Balraj ji, Guest of Honors, Advocate Sandeep Sharma ji, and all the keynote speakers, especially Professor Rajesh Punia ji, who is respected member of Academic Council of NIILM University, and also respected member of Board of Management, Dr. Anand Pal, Dr. Rahul, Dr. Ramesh Kyal, Dr. Anuradha Banerjee, Director Research, Dr. Sandeep Sihagji and his team, all the Dean and in charges, Registrar Sahab, faculty members, all the delegates, participants, and dear students. It's my privilege to welcome you all. I extend a warm welcome on behalf of NIILM University family on the occasion of ICSSR sponsored 2 days national seminar on sustainable development, energy security, and interdisciplinary approach. Is the right time to discuss about all these things because we are now shortage of coal energy and petroleum energy, etc. And whole world is focused right now for have a concentration on solar energy, wind energy, fusion energy, plasma energy. I'm sure these 2 days deliberation and discussion will give a fruitful results. Once again, I welcome you all and I give my best wishes for the success of this national seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your fruitful words and such a warm welcome addressed by you. It is now my proud privilege to introduce a dynamic academic visionary and pillar of our institution, Professor Dr. Shameem Ahmed, Honorable Vice Chancellor of NIILM University, Kathal. Dr. Ahmed is a distinguished scholar and administrator who has dedicated his life to advancing higher education through academic excellence, research integration, and inclusive growth. His leadership has been instrumental in shaping the university's progressive outlook and global collaborations. I now respectfully invite Professor Dr. Shameem Ahmed to deliver the presidential address and share his vision with us on this vital theme of sustainable development and energy security. Please welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. Shameem Ahmed.
Good morning. Esteemed Chief Guest Professor R.C. Kohart Saab, former Vice Chancellor of Central University of Haryana. Distinguished keynote speaker and guest of honor Dr. R.K. Uppal, Principal of Guru Gobind Singh College of Management and Technology. Respected Dr. Swarna, Assistant Professor, Department of English, INM, PG College, Meerut. Venerable Session Chair Professor Kuldeep Malik, Department of Geography, PT Neki Ram Sharma Government College, Rohtak. Our insightful panelists, Ms. Praneet Tobat, Assistant Professor Chandi Vidyaniketan College, Ramala, UP. Dr. Rahul, Head of the Department of Sociology, Gandhi Adarsh College, Samalkha, Panipat, and Dr. Ramesh Kad, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Applications, Kurukshetra University, faculty members, researchers, students, and all participants. It is with immense pleasure and deep sense of purpose that I welcome you all to this crucial 2-day ICSSR sponsored national seminar on sustainable development and energy security. An interdisciplinary approach organized by NIILM University, Kathal, Haryana. We are gathered here today on July 15th and 16th, 2025 to deliberate on a topic that is not just relevant but absolutely vital for the future of our planet and its inhabitants. The presence of such an eminent gathering truly underscores the significance of this seminar. We are particularly honored to have Professor R.C. Kohart, a visionary leader in academia, grace this occasion as our chief guest. His insights will undoubtedly set a profound tone for our discussions. Our gratitude also extends to Dr. R.K. Uppal, whose expertise as a keynote speaker and guest of honor will illuminate the path forward. We are also delighted to have Dr. Surna, Professor Kuldeep Malik, Mr. Parneet Tomar, Dr. Rahul, and Dr. Ramesh Gad, who bring diverse perspectives and invaluable knowledge to our sessions. The theme, Sustainable Development and Energy Security, encapsulates two of the most pressing challenges of our time in an era marked by climate change, resource depletion, and geopolitical shifts. Ensuring a sustainable future while guaranteeing adequate and reliable energy access for all is paramount. This is not a challenge that can be tackled by one discipline alone. It demands a holistic, interdisciplinary approach, drawing upon the wisdom of economics, environmental science, social sciences, technology, policy, and beyond. At NIILM University, we are committed to fostering an environment of rigorous academic inquiry and practical problem solving. We believe that university have a pivotal role to play in addressing societal challenges, and this seminar is a testament to that commitment. It provides a much needed platform for scholars, policymakers, and practitioners to exchange ideas, share research findings, and forge collaborations that can lead to innovative solutions. Over the next 2 days, I encourage each one of you to engage actively, question deeply, and contribute meaningfully. Let's leverage this collective intelligence to explore new paradigms, identify sustainable energy pathways, and devise strategies that balance economic growth with environmental protection and social equity. I am confident that the deliberations here will generate actionable recommendations that can inform policy and practice, contributing significantly to our national and global efforts towards a more sustainable and energy secure future. Thank you once again for your participation. I wish this seminar immense success and look forward to the insightful discussions that will unfold. With these words, I declare the two-day ICSSR sponsored national seminar on sustainable development and energy security and interdisciplinary approach officially open. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It's always been very intellectual, enlightened to hear from you. Now, I humbly invite Professor R.C. Kuhad to kindly deliver the special inaugural address and enlighten us with his thoughts and vision. A huge round of applause to welcome Professor Dr. R.C. Kuhad.
Please बैठ जाइए. Take your seat. Very good morning to each one of you. I'm privileged to be here this morning to be part of your national symposium on sustainable development and energy security and interdisciplinary system. First of all, let me thank the chairman of NIILM, Mr. Sandeep Chahalji, for inviting me and to speak before you and share my views about sustainable development, energy security, and of course, interdisciplinarity has become a buzzword these days. I'm also grateful to the Vice Chancellor of this university, Dr. Sameem Ahmed, Registrar Dr. Rajiv Dahiyaji, Dr. Ekta Chahal, and the resource persons like Dr. Malik, Dr. Dalal, and I'll be failing in my duty if I don't thank the director of this institute, Director Balraj Danda, and Dean Academics, whom you just heard in the beginning, Dr. R.K. Gupta. Another resource person, I believe, Dr. Savarna, Department of English from Merit College. Delegates, ladies and gentlemen, persons from media and press, and dear students. If we see the title of your program, Sustainable Development for Energy Security and Interdisciplinary Approach. But here I could find that it is Sustainable Development and Energy Security. Both are correct. But the only thing, how do you take it? It's a very apt concept you have selected. And if you see, there are three subjects together: sustainability, then energy availability, energy production, and energy security. That comes under energy security itself. देखिए भाई, दोनों जो पीछे बैठे हैं ना, मैं इस तरह का विद्यार्थी और इस तरह का अध्यापक रहा हूं कि मुझे नहीं चाहिए कि पूरा भरा हुआ। अगर आप 5 या 4 भी बैठे रहेंगे तो मेरे लिए काफी है। तो मैं ये चीज कभी पसंद नहीं करता, और आप अगर इस तरह से कंटिन्यू करना चाहेंगे तो मैं बाहर चला जाऊंगा, मुझे इसमें भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। चॉइस इज योर्स। I joined Delhi University in the year 1988 after serving for 3.5 years at Bhopal University Department of Microbiology and spending a couple of years at University of Manchester. And we had only 5 students in our master's course. तो मेरी आदत रही है कि 5 या 6 से ज्यादा जो है ना, वो ऑडियंस को जो है ना, हम अच्छी तरह से एड्रेस कर नहीं पाते वैसे भी। In other words, I can say I'm habitual of enjoying what I speak, even if say 4 or 5 people are there in the audience. You have called me. You should try to make use of the opportunity. I don't say I will be able to satisfy you. I don't say I'll come to your expectations. But when you have invited me as a guest, you should be, I think, careful enough. दूसरा ये है कि किसी का एक मोमेंटम होता है बात करने का। इस दिमाग में जो है ना, वो फ्रेमवर्क बना के आता है आदमी, और इस तरह से किसी को भी डिस्टर्ब करना, ब्रेक करना, दिस इज नॉट गुड। That is the first challenge. If you ask me, the educational institutions should experience and should feel in achieving the sustainability in education system. Anyway, I was talking about that this is a very, very important subject, and it takes you around the whole concept of life. Before I come back to this, let me take you all. I don't know how many of you have experienced, say, 40 years back or 45, 50 years back, the village life. Maybe 30% or 20%. If you see a village life, the major community today as well as say 40 years back was farming community. And having the all 36 kind of the communities, caste, you can say, they were living in that village. And there was the least accessibility of some or many of the villages to the cities or towns. And if you start, say, listing the kind of activities they were doing, farmer has to do the farming, is to carry out the plowing of the soil, to make ready for sowing. He needs seeds to sow and to grow the crop, then to the harvesting. And you see in this system, and after harvesting the crop, he takes to the city or the town. And you see that how many other communities they participate in supporting this farming. Almost to be brief, every need of each community used to be fulfilled by the other communities within the village, whether requirement of water, requirement of energy, requirement of social life, requirement of livelihood, and at the end of the day, requirement of the money. And this money or the financial outcome was in two terms, in terms of cash, very less, but in terms of kind. And you see the kind of cooperation the people used to get from each other. आप अपने जूते की रिक्वायरमेंट ले लीजिए, आप अपने यूटेंसिल्स या टूल्स की रिक्वायरमेंट्स ले लीजिए, काटने की चीज है, खोदने की चीज है, गाड़ी है, वो सब आपके दूसरी कम्युनिटी के लिए कुम्हार, लोहार, बढ़ई, आपके बर्तन की जरूरत है, मतलब वो वहीं से पूरी होती थी. And if I take you to the water bodies, तालाब या जो भी जोड़ हम कहते हैं उसको, मैं अपने गांव की बताता हूं कि there were 2 ponds. I never saw those ponds stinking. Never saw the algal blooms growing. क्यों? एक्सटर्नल इंटरवेंशंस बहुत कम होती थी. पशु को भी ले जाते थे तो एक जगह फिक्स की जाती थी कि उसमें उतारो, नहलाओ, उसको वापस ले आओ. So there used to be little disturbance from outside. और कोई भी नेचुरल वाटर बॉडी है, आई कैन टेल यू एज ए साइंस स्टूडेंट कि अगर बाहर से इसको डिस्टर्ब ना किया जाए, there is no external interventions to disturb its ecology. It has its own capability or capacity or ability to keep it pure. गांव का पानी कुएं से जो होता वो खराब जब होता था, जब कोई नाला उस तरफ चला जाता था या जमीन में जो शोर होता था, उससे कोई कंटेमिनेशन आता. और these kind of the disturbances were controlled by using certain pesticides or insecticides, but of low toxicity. I mean to convey you, to share with you that such kind of ecosystem used to be sustainable, each individual's life, if you can sustain easily, if you can sustain with some kind of modifications, alterations, that's nothing but sustainability. Our culture-based traditions, or directly you can say the traditions, हमारे forefathers की एक जमीन होती थी. They never used to, I think, accept certain cases. Now, you bar the exceptions. They never used to sell it out. They used to use it, earn it for their own requirements, but they used to leave the resources for fulfilling the needs of the future generations. I'm trying to bring you to what sustainability is. You can, because sustainability also has become a buzzword now. You talk to a person who is from Hindi department, you talk to a person who is from political science department, you talk to anybody, they have brought sustainability within their subject, within their system. Certainly, I'm not saying that they may be wrong or they are wrong, but certainly they might have thought of that how far they have been able to make use of this term within their system. But dear friends, if you need to know about sustainability, you need to think of what kind of future you are looking for. Okay? A resilient future. Because this resilience term is also being used now, whether it's say environment or it's say agriculture or say any other kind of the business system. Let me share with you, because youngsters are sitting over here. Sometimes it happens because we don't come across, we don't get an opportunity even to know about, because this social media has spoiled our youth. They never ever try to go to the concept in it, say just to learn it in detail. That's the kind of weakness. We teachers, we also don't have time to. I'm sorry to say that, but this is what I have experienced. Dear friends, a resilient future refers to a vision of a future where individuals, communities, or systems can withstand and recover. When I say withstand and recover from what? From various challenges and disruption. Because everybody's life. Even if you're a student, you have so many challenges in front of you. I'm a teacher, there are so many challenges in front of me. I'm a businessman, there are so many challenges. If we can come out of that, or we can withstand them, if we can adapt to the system, then we will be able to sustain. What are those challenges? Environmental changes, which are taking place almost every day. Economic shocks. Financial losses, financial disruptions. And of course, the biggest problem is the social inequalities. And we have been crying, I think, since college time, because I won't say school time, but since college time, I have been hearing, I have been reading, I have been studying about these social inequalities. Of course, we have been able to come over several problems, but I think there is a big list still to be solved. But if we can withstand with these kind of the challenges in the society, I think we can certainly expect the resilient future. Therefore, we need to understand what are the major concerns. What are the major worries? और हरियाणा में कहते हैं कि अरे झगड़ा क्या है, ये तो पता कर लो ना पहले. And if you are able to know, able to come to know the worries, your challenges, your obstacle on the way, I think you will start finding out the ways. Okay? Today, universities, colleges, and higher education institutions, they are struggling to implement National Education Policy 2020. I don't know how many of you will agree with this statement. 29th July, we will be completing 5 years of our National Education Policy. Wherever I go, I ask one thing. Here is the audience, maybe 70, 80 people they are sitting, approximately. You are students, you are teachers. One thing I always expect from this community: honesty. Let me ask each one of you, how many of us, including myself, have gone through the complete document of NEP 2020? I have been getting the same answer. And that's the biggest challenge, right? कि जिस पॉलिसी को हम एग्जीक्यूट करने जा रहे हैं, जिस पॉलिसी को हम इंप्लीमेंट करने जा रहे हैं, जिन विद्यार्थियों के लिए करने जा रहे हैं, ना विद्यार्थी को पता है, ना मुझे पता, तो मैं क्या करूं? But teachers are not 100% at fault. I'm not only saying that I'm also a teacher. To support or defend the teaching community. आप टीचर में से कोई बता सकता है कि क्या कारण है कि हमने NEP 2020 का 47-48 पेज का जो डॉक्यूमेंट है क्यों नहीं पढ़ा है अभी तक, या पढ़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी? कोई एक आप में से कोई कारण बताए. I'm of course slightly going away from, but I'll bring back to the system, also to the sustainability. क्योंकि हमें ये कह दिया कि तुम बैठो आराम से, हम बताएंगे क्या क्या करना है, आपको क्या पढ़ाना है, आपको कौन से कोर्स करने हैं, आपको क्रेडिट कितना देना है कि नहीं? ये तो हाँ करो कम से कम. ये है कारण, जो पहला कारण है. बाकी तो बहुत है. ओके, एनीवे, लेट मी शेयर विद यू की एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ रेसिलिएंट फ्यूचर. देखिए, बड़ा जरूरी है कि हम अपने फ्यूचर के बारे में तो बात करें. फर्स्ट थिंग इज adaptability. We have talked about the worries and challenges to achieve the sustainable future, resilient future. Adaptability. Adaptability is capacity to adjust and modify our practice, within the society, behavior, and systems in response to circumstances which are evolving day by day. आप बाहर क्यों खड़े हैं? Okay. The another key aspect of resilient future is flexibility. Ability to be adaptable and responsible or responsive to unexpected events and disruptions. क्योंकि आपका सिस्टम है, कोई भी है, एनवायरमेंट हो, आपका घर हो, आपका इंस्टीट्यूट हो, आपका लेबोरेटरी हो जिसमें आप काम कर रहे हैं, तो कोई भी अनएक्सपेक्टेड सिचुएशन तो आ ही सकती है. Then third key aspects, according to me, is sustainability itself for resilient life, resilient future. Ensuring long-term well-being of the environment, economy, and society. Because these are the three main principles of sustainability and sustainable development. One is sustainable environment, sustainable economy, and sustainable society. Whichever the system you take, you can think of yourself, and new ideas should come. And it is the duty of the teachers to learn the student, to make them to learn, to imbibe how the new ideas could be generated. Another key factor is equity, which addresses social inequalities and ensuring that all individuals and communities have the resources and opportunities to thrive. And will be able to achieve the real sustainability or resilient situation of our future when we'll be able to achieve this situation. That all sort of communities, they are able to fulfill their requirements. They are equal socially, they are equal economically. You can think of, you can make, say, targets. You can develop your own outlook instead of Times of India outlook or any magazine outlook. Because those outlook has also been developed only by the human brain. Okay? And then, of course, proactive approach, implementing measures to anticipate and mitigate potential risk and challenges before you escalate. And when I talked about equity, so हमारा एक, I think, very original slogans is also reminded me that सबका साथ, सबका विकास. That's a very, very important saying. If we follow that, then certainly we can achieve equity. Dear friends, I have already briefed you about that sustainability, that every system or a process works with certain parameters or with certain abilities also, you can say. Simple example, again, I would like to give you because I'm a student of science. Social science I have talked about, I took you to the village. Any chemical reaction you take, for a chemical reaction to go, you need some raw material, a starting material. You need certain catalyst. And then you need to provide the environment. How much moisture it should have, what should be the temperature. Okay, there are so many factors which controls the reaction to go at a faster rate, and then you are getting a product. And what do we expect from a reaction? That we should get the continuous production of the product. And the ability of this reaction has to be maintained. Similarly, it applies to a process. And of course, if you have developed a process, based on the process, you can develop the technology. And principle is same, that now the question comes that how you can make your process sustainable. It could be sustainable when the supply of the raw material is continuously available. From the source, you are getting the raw material. Availability is continuous. But whether it is affecting the overall ecology of the environment, so कितने खनन आप चल रहे हैं, कितने प्लांट्स को आप काट रहे हैं, किसी भी एक रिसोर्स को आप एक्सप्लॉइट कर रहे हैं. My dear friends, unless until you don't study the life cycle of that process, life cycle of that technology, starting from the availability of raw material, and when you are extracting, you are making the availability of raw material, how it is affecting the environment, the society, the communities. This is to be studied. Not only that, the process which you have developed, how it is affecting the environment. Product you are getting, going to the market, if it is so costlier, that means directly the society will be affected. You are instituting a plant based on the technology, how it will disturb the local community, how it will disturb or at all will disturb the local vegetation. Then the product you are say taking to the market, whether it meets out all the FASI norms, all the nutrients quality, it's not causing any disorder. Then question comes, what kind of the waste is being generated? Whether at any stage of the process or at the end of the product is developed. You have to ensure about the zero waste concept. And now we all know that new ideas, new technologies are coming in the market. I have heard from our business management people as well as from industry, say friends, that every 3 months there is a change in the modern technologies. We are rapidly going into digital transformation. Data analytics, artificial intelligence, and how to achieve the green and sustainable kind of the system. How we can make use of the computer-based systems, how we can make use of artificial intelligence in order to automate the whole plant, industrial plant I'm talking about, so that you can achieve the more and fastest production of your product, and it can be tested automatically. It can be packed. It could be transported to the market. But dear friend, these days the concept has changed. That you have developed the technology. Technology is to be transformed into an industry. But now you have to improve these. As refineries, you might have heard. I'm a student of biology. I'm more interested in developing the biorefineries. And of course, when I talk about that, you have to automate all these processes up to the marketing and of course, monitoring and then feedback. These biorefinery has to move to the biomanufacturing processes. And when you include all these, what I talked about, narrated about, listed above, it's a biomanufacturing hub. And you can think of making a reaction sustainable and to make a bioprocessing manufacturing hub as sustainable, that how much difficult, how much challenges are in front of us. But in order to make it society friendly, environment friendly, and energy intensive, you have to make it. You have to develop it. Dear friends, if you ask me, energy sits at heart of the sustainability for a sustainable development. When I have listed so many processes, taking one process example, can you think of any step which doesn't require energy? And there may be wastage of the energy. And of course, as I mentioned a few minutes back, that Indian government policies has worked and are working and elevated the poverty level, at least among some population within our country. And that has changed the scenario of energy security. Because you're more modern you are, more economically stable you are, you will start using transport means, you will leave the domestic kind of the fuel resources, you will go on a gas system. Likewise, you can give so many examples, but that increases the fuel demand. Let's say that becomes a kind of heavy, I think, investment as far as the energy requirement is concerned. But I don't know how many of us we know that the natural resources from where we have been getting fuel are going to be depleted in 50 years, and I would be wrong in saying maybe in lesser than 50 years. Therefore, I think since 1990s, we have thought of moving from non-renewable resources to the renewable resources of energies. In 2002, government, I think, recommended that there will be 5% blending of the biodiesel and bioethanol into our petrol or diesel. Then by 2009, because 2009, again, the policy came that we have to blend 20% of biofuels, bioethanol. But I think we have not been able to meet up with that. Therefore, we need to really go a long way in order to meet out our the renewable resources to overcome the non-availability of or lesser availability of the non-renewable sources. I can share you the figures as well. Let me say, just it's important to say the figure to share with you that in 2024-25, people globally, I'm talking about people without electricity, 685 million by the year 2022. Of course, in keeping in view that we will be able to generate more and more energy, and the projected 2030 target is 660 million people will still be away from the electricity. And if talk about the share of renewables in global electricity, the all clean energies we talk about, the solar, wind, hydropower, it's 40.9%, out of which 32% is coming from renewables. And there's a need around 16.6% compound annual growth if we have to triple capacity by 2030. 1648. And if we measure the global primary energy intensity improvement, so far that's 1%. And you need, I think, a lot more to do so that you can reach to 4% per year. Dear friends, this shows that in order to meet out the sustainable development goals which have been defined by United Nations, SDG 7, I think, reflects about this sustainability. Okay. And there are 3 concrete energy targets we have to achieve, which has been set for 2030. I know it very well, but say when we start giving the data, then audience feels bored. I know from the time when I was school-going child, and I used to accompany my father when he used to hear Chaudhary Charan Singh. चौधरी चरण सिंह जी के भाषण में हमेशा जो है वो फिगर से होती थी, लोग सुनते थे उनको बिकॉज ही वॉज वेरी रेस्पेक्टेड ऑनरेबल. लेकिन ऑडियंस से बाहर जो वो जो खत्म होती थी रैली, तो उसमें यही कहते थे, बोले क्या समझ में आ गया, तो समझ में कुछ नहीं आया भाई, वो पता नहीं कितनी कितनी फिगर दे दी, हमें थोड़ा ही पता लगता है. Anyway, what are these 3 targets? Universal access to modern energy, because you will be discussing all these. If you are talking about the energy security and sustainability, I'm sure you will be discussing about that. Energy access to modern energy, that's a target 7.1 of Sustainable Development Goal. A sustainable rise in the share of renewables, that's a target 7.2. And a doubling of the goal rate of energy efficiency improvement, that's a target 7.3. And if we could achieve that, I think we'll be able to meet out the energy demand by year 2030. As you have been given a target that by 2030, your gross enrollment ratio has to be how much? How much? 50%. Dear friends, Let me tell you about what is the outlook 2030 so far as your energy requirement is concerned. For sustainability as such, that because we have to concentrate on the renewables. Our current growth trends, clean electricity may surpass demand growth as early as 2026, sending fossil generation into absolute decline. With a I think, present speed of renewable energy sources generation, efficiency, energy bills today by 1/3 and provide half of the carbon dioxide abatement up to 2030. These are the expectations. Assess. You need to assess that what kind of the investment will be required, or what kind of investment is being allowed by the world as a whole. Strategic public investment of $35 billion annually, equal to 0.1%. It's a meager amount. But of course, if you see the percentage of GDP, I'm talking about 140 countries in the world, that how much they have been spending in order to be energy sufficient. So strategic public investment of $35 billion annually, which equals to 0.1% of world GDP, could bridge the electricity access gap by 2030. And if we could manage that, we'll be able to achieve this. Dear friends, I could guess from your faces, but anyway, this is the discipline which is interdisciplinary in itself. It involves the social science, it involves economics, it involves commerce, it involves engineering, it involves the entrepreneurship and the startups. And when you, all these, maybe any institution, the behavioral science also has a very big role to play. If you ask me and sit calmly, spend an hour almost thinking on this, that how you can make your own subject as interdisciplinary. 20 years back, when we used to go to a political science or history seminar, people used to say, "Arey, you are from science." After I joined as Vice Chancellor, I got an opportunity to go almost each and every program of the university. I don't remember I left any university program organized by any department or a lab. Even I tell you, I participated in Viva examination of MPhil and PhD. And at the Viva time, I got revised 5 to 6 PhD theses. With this period and during these activities, because wherever I used to go, I have a kind of habit that I have to organize myself and I had to prepare myself. You can ask any candidate of computer science engineering and civil engineering who have come for interview. And had I not put the pertinent questions to him, ये आपके प्रोग्राम के लिए जो है ना, ये हैंड रिटन है और कल से आज का ही लिखा हुआ है, हर आदमी देख सकता है, इस पे डेट भी डली होगी 15/5। अब सारा सुनने के लिए तो आप तैयार नहीं, दैट्स व्हाई आई जस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज माई सेल्फ। तो मैं क्या बता रहा था आपके, मैंने सीखा कि हिस्ट्री भी साइंस है, हिस्ट्री भी साइंस है, संस्कृत भी साइंस है। संस्कृत का तो मुझे बहुत पता, पहले से पता है, तो माई बेटर हाफ इज फ्रॉम संस्कृत, क्योंकि उनके सब्जेक्ट को हम अगर नॉन साइंस कह दें तो फिर हम घर में नहीं रह सकते। तो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, where you apply logic, that becomes science. Wherever Gyan is there, and if you are making use of this Gyan for the benefit of the society, it becomes Vigyan. ये मैं नहीं कह रहा, हमारे शास्त्र कह रहे। और चाहे साइंस भी हो, साइंस का भी ज्ञानी हो, अगर उसकी साइंस के ज्ञान की अगर कोई यूटिलिटी नहीं है सोसाइटी में, तो वो भी साइंस नहीं है। Anyway, I'm really, really grateful to each one of you for listening me, making or just giving a feel that I think 98% people, they didn't feel very much bored, but 2% yes, I could see the faces. देखिए एक चीज और मैं बताऊं, मैं कई बार कहता हूँ घर में भी या और कहीं भी, मेरे खाने में अगर कोई छोटे से बड़े साइज का जैसे मसाले होते हैं अलग बात है, तो तिनका बड़ा आ जाएगा, तो कभी कभी बाल आ जाता है खाने में, तो मेरी वाइफ यूं कहती है कि आंखें तो छोटी छोटी हैं और ये कैसे दिख गया। तो मैं लास्ट बच्चे को हमेशा ध्यान रखता हूं, तो मेरी आंखें छोटी हैं लेकिन माइक्रोस्कोपिक है, क्योंकि मैं माइक्रोबायोलॉजी का विद्यार्थी रहा हूं, मैंने माइक्रोस्कोप में से देखना शुरू। Once again, I'm grateful to the chairman of NIILM and other staff members, including Vice Chancellor, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share my views. I'm not being able to completely express myself because आपके पास टाइम की भी शॉर्टेज है और आपकी जो है ना वो विलिंगनेस भी थोड़ी सी उस तरह की। Otherwise, sometimes you should give me at least 2 hours, 3 hours, and make them ready that at least they can sit for this long period. Dear students, I tell you one thing, learn how you can prolong your sitting. Learn how you can prolong your sitting. While I'm saying this, I'm recalling back my mathematics teacher, Lala Dhaniram ji, who used to be headmaster of SM Hindu High School, Sonipat. हमें जो क्लास में बैठा लेते तो हमें ये नहीं पता चलता था कि दिन किस तरह छिप गया, सैटरडे किस दिन होता है, संडे किस दिन होता है, दिवाली की आधी छुट्टी मिलती थी, होली की पूरी छुट्टी मिलती थी, बस इतनी छुट्टियां थी। या आप यहाँ पे बोलिए, मैं यहाँ पे बैठता हूं, अगर मेरे को एक बार भी यॉर्निंग आ जाए तो देखिए ये बहुत जरूरी है कि हिटिंग करिए, इंक्रीज कीजिए, स्टडी मोर इंस्टेड ऑफ डिवोटिंग टाइम ऑन दिस स्मॉल मशीन मोबाइल, कीप योरसेल्फ अवे फ्रॉम इट। आई एम आल्सो very happy to hear from Dr. Danda that there are near about more than 180 delegates. They have joined. Some of them are online and some are offline. I congratulate each one of you and my best wishes, and certainly some good deliberations will come out, and you will come out with good recommendations for ICSSR. Thank you very much for.
Thank you is just a word, sir, for your truly enriching and thought-provoking address. I think I have hardly missed any point. You have talked about conventional ecosystem, sustain with modification, alternations, culture-based traditions, which still needs to be implemented to save resources. Need to think of what kind of future we are looking for. Vision for future challenges, and you have also put emphasis on adaptability is the sustainability. Social inequalities, get to major concerns, worries, obstacles, and then only we can find the ways. You have also put light on the NEP 2020 and talk about the unexpected situations and how to deal with those situations. Sustainable environment, sustainable society, sustainable system. And you have also encouraged and motivate to us having proactive approach, sabka saath, sabka vikas. You have explained the question, which is how. Stop exploitation of resources, and you have also put light on the zero waste. But still, sir, I'm not able to remember the number and ratios which you have talked about, as you have already told to us. Thank you so much, sir. Your words have added immense value to the seminar and have set a powerful tone for the sessions ahead. Sir, your academic journey is marked by uncountable achievements, visionary leadership, and an unwavering dedication to the cause of higher education in India. From your tenure as the Vice Chancellor of the Central University of Haryana to your remarkable contributions in research, policy making, and institutional development, your name commands deep respect across academic and administrative circles. We are truly honored to have had you with us today. Your presence and words will continue to inspire all of us on our academic and professional path. Thank you once again for gracing this occasion and gracing this dives. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, as a mark of celebration and documentation of this significant academic event, we are proud to present the souvenir of this ICSSR-sponsored national seminar on sustainable development and energy security and interdisciplinary approach. To proceed with this, I would like to call Dr. Renu Bala as a coordinator for the release of souvenir. This souvenir is a collection of scholarly reflections, messages from eminent personalities, and glimpses of our collective academic efforts. It represents the spirit, theme, and essence of this two-day national seminar. I now request our esteemed dignitaries, our chief guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Managing Director, Honorable Research Director, Honorable Keynote Session Speaker, Dr. Swarna, also with us, and all the dignitaries, to kindly proceed with the formal release of the souvenir. I request all the dignitaries sitting in the front row, please come forward for release of the souvenir of this national seminar. As we are glad to know that our guest of honor, Professor R.P. Uppalji, has also connected with us online. Let's proceed further. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our guest of honor, Professor R.K. Uppal, Principal of Guru Gobind Singh College of Management and Technology, Giddar, Punjab, a dedicated academician and a visionary leader. Professor Uppal has made significant contributions to the field of management and higher education. Under his dynamic leadership, his institution has flourished as a hub of quality education and professional excellence. We are truly privileged to have him among us today, and we look forward to his words of encouragement and academic wisdom. May I now invite Professor R.K. to kindly address the gathering, the esteemed guest of honor. Professor
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Pleasure all mine, sir.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon, all of you. First of all, I congratulate to the Chancellor of this NIILM University, Vice Chancellor, sir, Registrar, sir, Dean Research, Dr. Sandeep ji, Dr. Pradeep ji, eminent personalities sitting in this national seminar, faculty members, organizers, participants. Accept my heartiest congratulations, because this topic is a very, very important topic in the present scenario. Without the sustainable development, in my opinion, it is not possible. It is not possible to develop. India cannot become a fourth economy of the world. It is a dream of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji that India will become a third economy of the world very soon. But in my opinion, it is must to develop. The sustainable development is must in our country in all the sectors. For the sustainable development, what I feel, the research or quality research can play a crucial role. If a country or many public and private sector agencies provides sufficient grant to the researchers, then that country can develop and there may be a sustainable development. Now, my dear friends, I will share with the participants what type of the organizations in our country are available to provide grant for the research. Just PPT नहीं attach हुई है। For example, now I will discuss some organizations which are providing sufficient grant to achieve the objectives of the research or particular for sustainable development. Before that, I will share one part that there are some factors that contributing for research proposals rejection. Why the research proposals are rejected by the competitive authorities? According to American Society for Cell Biology, there are some reasons for the rejection of research proposals or research papers by the prominent research journals and organizations. According to this society, pressure to publish in a high-profile journal. If we submit the proposal in a very high-profile journal and top-rated organization, 77% proposals are rejected because our expectations are very high, but our proposal may be poor. According to this committee, 77% proposals are rejected. And similarly, second reason, according to this American Society for Cell Biology, poor research methodology. According to this society, we normally use poor research methodology in our country because the researches are not properly used, methods and many other components of research methodology, and our proposal for the research is rejected. Poor statistical knowledge. According to this committee, 58% proposals are rejected due to poor knowledge of statistical methods. Many researchers are not aware of which type of test we should use, and our proposal is rejected. Lack of proper data, not properly collected. According to this committee, 39% proposals are rejected because lack of proper data. Similarly, poor language, grammatical mistakes, 29% proposals are rejected due to poor language and grammatical mistake. What I conclude from this American Society for Cell Biology, every researcher should make the research proposal in a proper way, proper research methodology, proper statistical methods, proper data, proper language should be used in the research proposal. Similarly, there is a one committee which was constituted by UGC. According to this committee, the proposals are rejected due to some reasons. Number one, poor research design and methodology. Insufficient contribution to the field. If your research proposal does not provide any contribution for the social sector, for the economic development, then this is not a proper research. Inadequate literature review is a big factor for the rejection of proposals. Ineffective data analysis and interpretation, lack of clarity and structure, ethical concerns and research integrity, inadequate discussion and conclusion, failure to follow journal guidelines and agency guidelines. Actually, according to this committee, which was appointed by the UGC, many research proposals for any sector, either is a energy sector, for sustainable development, they are rejected because they are not properly organized from the research point of view. So every researcher should adopt proper format of the research. Now, there are now active research PhD or DLit guides. Every researcher, either in the college, university, or any organization, must be active to achieve some targets. For example, in my opinion, every research guide should also remain active. If we say the students that follow this guideline, in my opinion, that the guide or supervisor of the student must be very active in research. Then he or she should say something to the other researcher or student. Be a model for research scholars. Be a model for a research scholar. The research guide must be a model for the students. If you are a model for the students, students will learn so many things. Post PhD, PDF, DSc, DLit, every researcher should continue his research. In India, many people complete their PhD, then they left out. But in my opinion, after PhD, the researcher should do very, very hard work. Number of publications, every professor or supervisor should have some research paper in SCI journal. Web of Science, international repute journal, patents, minor and major research project he or she should complete it. He should have some fellowship, membership of professional bodies, some books and chapters in prominent books. Industry collaboration is another part. Radio, TV participation, social contribution of your publication, social implication of your research, findings of your research should be a part of government policies if possible. Actually, what I want to say, every guide supervisor must be active if we are interested to create good researcher, good scholars. You must be good scholar. Now, I will discuss some research funding agencies which are providing sufficient grants for the research scholars. They are government, they are non-government. We are living in a very competitive life. Your research proposal should be very, very competitive. Either it is a science or technology, social sciences, agriculture, management sciences, your proposal should be very, very competitive. Now, I will discuss some agencies which are providing sufficient grant to the research scholars and those people who are interested in research. Actually, why I am discussing this part here, because we know only few research organizations, but in our country there are 40 plus organizations which provides sufficient grant to the scholars for a research project, fellowships, seminars, workshops. I will discuss. Indian Council of Social Science, ICSSR, New Delhi, which provides financial support for the seminars, workshops, even for the minor and major research projects, PDF also. Then UGC, then All India Council for Technical Education, International Labour Organization, Planning Commission of India, which is nowadays known as Niti Aayog. They provide sufficient grant to the research scholars. Then Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Consumer Welfare, Association of Indian Universities, Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Rashtrapati Niwas, Shimla, CSIR, then Indian Banking Association, IBA, Mumbai, RBI, National Commission for Women, New Delhi, National Human Rights Commission, New Delhi, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Research and Development in Processed Food Sector, Indian Council of Agriculture, Research and Consultancy Projects by the banks, then Department of Science and Technology, DST, it's a big organization, provides huge grants to the scholars. Alumni Association of Punjab University, Chandigarh, Ministry of Environment and Forests, Economic Growth and Social Change, IIPA, Science and Engineering Research Board, SARV, National Human Rights Commission, New Delhi, then Biotechnology Industry Research Assistant Council, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Ministry of Environment and Forests, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Department of Coal, Ministry of Water Resources, Indian Space Research Organization, Ministry of Textile, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, then Defense Research and Development Organization, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, New Delhi, National Board for Higher Mathematics, Indian Council of Philosophical Research, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Ministry of Women and Child Development, Dr. Ambedkar Foundation, National Council of Education and Research. So there are so many organizations in our country which are providing financial support to organize research seminars, conferences, conclave, many type of fundings are available. But in my opinion, your proposal should be very, very strong. Proposal should be very, very strong. Now, if I will talk about the ICSSR providing very, very huge grants to the researchers. For example, there are national fellowships are offered to eminent retired social scientists who have made outstanding contribution to research in their respective fields to enable them to continue their academic work and research. National Fellowship is the highest fellowship of ICSSR. There are two types of fellowships are available. One are non-specific and second are specific category. Non-specific, you can choose any topic. If you are interested to work on specific category, this area is already decided by the ICSSR. For example, B.R. Ambedkar National Fellowship is the highest fellowship of ICSSR. Then Maulana Azad National Fellowship, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan National Fellowship, APJ Abdul Kalam National Fellowship, Sarojini Naidu National Fellowship, Swami Vivekananda National Fellowship. So these are the some specific categories in which ICSSR provides national fellowship. Then senior fellowships. Senior fellowships are also awarded whose age is more than 45 and less than 70. But such type of fellowship will only get those persons who did a lot of work. Then PDA postdoctorate fellowship. Postdoctorate fellowships are awarded to scholars below the age of 45. Many people in our country are interested such type of fellowship, that is a PDF. Then doctorate fellowship, if you are doing PhD and you are registered to any university and your age is less than 40, then you can get grant from for your to complete your PhD from ICSSR. Major and minor research projects in different areas are provided by the ICSSR. And then there are research programs. ICSSR also provides grants for the research programs. Grants are given to team of researchers. Data collection from abroad. If some researchers are interested to get some primary data or secondary data from abroad, then ICSSR can provide financial support to the researchers. Then international collaboration research programs. International collaboration research programs, you can make some collaboration with other countries. Then ICSSR can provide some financial support. Then major and minor research projects. So similarly, as ICSSR provides grants for various research to the researchers, similarly UGC also provides financial support. Then there is another very important organization, that is the Association of Indian Universities. This also provides grants if your research is concerned with education. For example, University Innovations and Patents selected the scheme of Special Assistant Program of UGC, then impact of refresher programs on developing teaching skills, women teachers in higher education, a trend analysis. So if your topic is concerned with higher education, then you can apply to the this organization and you can get sufficient grant. Then research projects of ILO, International Labour Organization. If your research is concerned with child labor, recent work, then even you can get grant from this ILO. Then this organization, Niti Aayog, nowadays Niti Aayog also provides huge grants to organize seminar or these workshops or major and minor projects to the scholars, but your topic should be related to some objectives of planning. Themes of research like democracy and human rights, young people's vision of the future, democracy and its problem, social processes, impact of planning on poverty and unemployment, like this. If your topic is concerned with the say objectives of the planning, then this Niti Aayog can also provide some financial support to the researchers. Then this major such projects of Ministry of Consumer Welfare nowadays, as digital system is developing in our country and the consumer is in a very difficult situation, which type of product he or she will choose, what will be the price, what will be the standard of the product. Many producers, sellers exploit the consumers. If your topic is concerned with this consumer studies, then you can get grant from this consumer welfare department. It is a separate ministry at central level. Then major such projects of IIAS Shimla. If your project is concerned with social, political, and economic philosophy, environmental studies, philosophy and reason, then you can apply to IIAS Shimla. Even you can get some space in the hostel of this organization at Shimla. Even they provide some TADA to the research scholars. If we are interested to get some data related to environment, then I think this is the best organization. Research projects of IB. If your research project is concerned with the banking system, financial system, then you can get grants from this organization. I am very happy to share with all the participants. I have got 3 times grant from IBA to organize various studies related to banking sector. Then World Bank, this is the best organization which can provide financial support to the researchers. World Bank provides financial support to the institutions for a research project to a team, not a single person. But your theme should be related to poverty eradication, to create literacy rate, employment generation programs. If your topic for the sustainable development, we all know it is a very necessary to reduce the level of poverty, to create the literacy rate, to create the employment. So we should apply through the government of the state government or government of India to World Bank. research projects of World Health Organization. This is a very emerging areas for research. If your topic is concerned with some related to health, like cancer, disability, mental health, blood pressure, and the diabetes, how these problems are adversely affecting the young people, which further they affect our GDP. Then there are so many projects are provided by the World Health Organization. You may choose, and the day will come, many researchers, many universities will move towards this area, environment or this health organization. Now, this was all about the different organizations which are providing financial support. In my opinion, how to prepare the research proposal. Now, if I will say, in a research proposal, three parts of the proposal should be very, very important. Your research topic, what you plan to research. You must be very, very clear. Every researcher should be very, very clear. But in India, what is happening when we conduct the Viva in the university, many researchers, they have spent 3 or 4 years on the PhD, but even then they are not clear what they have, how they have achieved the target. So, in my opinion, every researcher should be clear in the beginning what he or she plan to research. Second, why it is worth researching, why you are keen to investigate or keen to make a research for a particular topic. You must be very, very clear. Your practical approach, how you are plan to investigate. So in my opinion, these are the three important segments of the research proposal which every researcher should follow. Then there are some stages of the research proposal: preparations, submissions, financial grants, evaluation, funding. These are the 4 stages which every researcher face during to get the grant from some organizations. So I will not take much time because another people are also ready to speak. At the end, I will say, to obtain the sustainable development, it is a must to make strong research base in the country. If the researchers are strong in the country, I am fully confident that India will become a third economy of the world very soon. With these words, once again, I congratulate to whole team of NIILM University to organize this wonderful national seminar. Once again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Having Professor R.K. Uppan among us is always a delight. His warmth, humanity, and academic insight make every interaction enriching and memorable. His efforts to modernize the Indian economy truly reflect the spirit of a new India. We are honored to recognize such leadership and foresight. Thank you so much, sir, for your intellectual and enlightening address. We now move to one of the most awaited moments of this seminar, the keynote address. It is a pleasure to introduce Dr. Swarna, Assistant Professor in the Department of English at IIM PG College, Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. Dr. Savarna is a passionate scholar and researcher whose interdisciplinary approach blends literature, environment, and social issues in compelling ways. Her academic engagements and insightful publications have inspired many to view sustainability and development through new humanistic lenses. We are truly honored to have her with us today. May I now request Dr. Swarna to deliver the keynote address and share her valuable perspectives with us. Please welcome her.
Good afternoon to everyone present over here, all the honorable dignitaries, all the esteemed speakers, and dear delegates. And thank you to the same university, NIILM University, and especially Dr. Sandeep sir for providing me this opportunity to be a part of this great seminar and to present my views over the topic. So I belong to humanities background. So the topic is, I think, is very relevant in present scenario. But if we talk about from climate change to climate action, it's very crucial because there are various trade-offs and various mitigations and strategic we should adopt it during to control climate change and balance energies. So I think I'm just trying to present an overview over the topic and just trying to connect environmental science and humanities background together. So I'm here to present my topic from climate change to climate action, a pathway to sustainable development and energy security. So there are three main key points which I'm going to focus with climate change as a threat. Because climate change as a threat in 21st century, I think, because it is one of the most greatest challenges and affects humanity more than any other environment issue. And its widespread impacts on ecosystems, economies, and communities demand urgent, coordinated responses. The evidence of climate change is increasing, visible, and alarming. Rising global temperatures, melting glaciers, sea level rise, prolonged droughts, and more frequent extreme weather events. In short, climate change not only threatens environmental systems, but also destabilizes the energy supply that modern life depends on. As you know better, because you are the students of environmental science and geography. So I'm just trying to connect both of the sciences that how environment science affects humanities. So the role of climate change play a vital role in this direction because climate actions refers to the efforts that mitigate greenhouse gases emissions and help societies adapt to the impacts of climate change. Transitioning to renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydro, geothermal is at the heart of effective climate action. These sources provide low carbon alternatives to fossil fuels, reduce environmental degradation, and improve air quality. And one of the example of this climate action is here, that the international frameworks such as the Paris Agreement and UN Sustainable Development Goals provide a blueprint in coordinated global action. SDG 13, climate action, and SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, are the particular interlinked and highlight the importance of integrating climate strategies with development and energy policies. So due to the shortage of time, we will focus more on the climate action than climate change, because you better know, all of us are very well aware of the topic climate change. Because due to this climate change, we are facing the problem of global warming over worldwide. So the causes of climate change are greenhouse gases emissions, deforestation, industrial activities, agriculture practices, land uses changes, and how these climate change affects human beings and human life. So these effects are rising temperatures, melting ice and rising sea levels, extreme weather events, ocean acidification, and change in precipitations patterns, and impacts of biodiversity and ecosystem, and impacts on human health, economic impacts, and social and political impacts. So these are the causes and effects that how environment science and how climate change affects humanities and human life. But during these presentations, we will focus more on the mitigation and adaptation strategies during my presentation. So I will focus on the main key point of this presentation, mitigation and adaptation strategies. Move to the next slide. So as we, all of us are very aware of the fact of the causes of these climate changes. So we will move to the next slide of mitigations, means climate action. Climate action. So what are the climate actions? We just try to control and to balance climate changes and energy. So this mitigation and adaptation strategies are called climate action to address climate change. A combination of mitigation, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and adaptation, adjusting to the effects strategies are needed. What are the strategies? First, renewable energy, transition to solar, wind, hydro, and other renewable energy sources. So we should move from that to this. And the second is energy efficiency. Improving energy efficiency in building, transportation, and industries. Third is reforestation. This is the main cause of this climate change. That we are cutting the trees and we are reducing the greenery over the earth. So that's why we should more focus on reforestation. So planting trees and restoring forests to absorb CO2. And next one is sustainable agriculture, implementing practices that reduce emissions and enhance carbon sequestration in soils. Next one is climate resilient and infrastructure, designing buildings and infrastructure to withstand extreme events, policy and legislation. This is very important because to implement these mitigation and these adaptation strategies, we should move ahead to the policies and legislations, enforcing regulations and policies that limit greenhouse gas emission and promote sustainable practices. So one of the example I have taken during my presentation, the Paris agreement. And this agreement is very crucial because from examining this agreement, you can know what is climate action and how do we should try to move forward during this direction. So first overview of this Paris Agreement, global temperature goals. Move to next bullet. So the Paris Agreement is an international treaty adopted on December 12, 2015 during the 21st Conference of the Parties, COP21, the United Nations Framework Conventions on Climate Change. It aims to unite countries in the global effort to combat climate change and limit global warming. Key aspects of the Paris Agreement includes first is global temperature goals. Means we should balance the temperature, limit the increase in global average temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Pursue efforts to the limit temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So to recognize that this would significantly reduce the risk and impacts of climate change. Next is nationally determined contributions. Each country must submit their own climate action plans, known as nationally determined contribution, outlining their goals or reducing greenhouse gas emissions and adapting to climate change. So NDCs are to be updated every 5 years, with each update expected to reflect increased ambition. Move to the next. The role and the third, it's over. The third overview of this agreement is transparency and accountability. The agreement includes a robust transparency framework requiring countries to regularly report on their emissions and progress in implementing their NDCs. A global stock take is conducted every 5 years to assess collective progress towards achieving the agreement or long-term goals. So in this way, this slides wants to suggest to you that this policy, this climate action should not be limited on the paper only. This should be implemented means over worldwide with the cooperations of the several worldwide countries. So this should not be on paper, and this should be implemented for the sake of the environment, for saving environments, for saving energy. So that's why I am trying to want to say to you. And the fourth overview is financial and technical support. Developed countries are required to provide financial support. So most of the countries are developing, and the developed countries are expected to support financially, because these are the required to provide financial support to developing countries to help them mitigate and adapt to climate change. So the agreement encourages developed countries to provide and mobilize climate finance with a goal of mobilizing 100 billions per year by 2020. The role and impact of this Paris Agreement. So first is global cooperation and commitment. So this is a requirement for implementing these types of policies, because we have made, all the countries are trying to save environment, and they are preparing so many policies, but on ground level, these are totally failed. So we should be implementing these policies on ground level also, not on papers. So first is global cooperation and commitment. The Paris Agreement makes a significant achievement in bringing together nearby all the nations to tackle climate change collectively. Because one of the examples we can face during COVID-19. So this is one of the best examples is how we play with environment. So environment affects human beings' life and humanities. So It has fostered a sense of shared responsibilities and commitment, encouraging countries to take actions. So all, not single country, but all of the worldwide countries, we should take steps towards the saving energy, saving environment. And this can be possible if all the countries prepare together, and financial support is also the main key points during implementation of this policy. Second, striving nation policies and legislations. So the requirement for countries to submit and update NDCs has spurred the development of national policies and legislation aimed at reducing emissions and enhancing climate resilience. As Professor RC has already been set the tone of this seminar and has been already set the topic. So I am just trying to move forward that ideas towards move ahead. So driving nation policies and legislation. So the requirements of countries to submit update NDCs has spurred the development of nation policies and legislation aimed at reducing emissions and enhancing climate resilience. So many countries have set ambitious targets for renewable energy, energy efficiency, and emission reductions as a part of their NDCs. As I know the fact in China, that in China, there is a preparation of artificial trees planting over the China. What is the role of these artificial trees to purify the air? Means they are taking the carbon dioxide, they are releasing the oxygen 24 hours. So this type of one of the climate action, this one of the policies which every country, each and every country should implement in his or their countries. And third one is encouraging innovations and investment. The agreement has stimulating investment in clean energy technologies, sustainable infrastructure, and climate adaptation measures. Governments and private sectors are increasingly investing in research and development to meet climate goals. First, we should try to fix the goal, then work over the goals. Fourth, as raising public awareness and engagement. So this seminar is also the way to aware the students or aware the people over here about the environment issues, which is a very burning issues in today's increasing world. So the Paris Agreement has highlighted public awareness of climate change and issues, mobilizing civil society, businesses, and individuals to take action. It has also led to the increased activism and advocacy for stronger climate policies. So we should, I think, work over the policies in each and every country. And with the shortage of time, I must say the conclusion remarks. And this policies also faces many criticism also over the world. So anyways, leave it, and I must conclude the my presentation. So the move from climate change to climate action is not only about environmental protection. It is all about ensuring sustainable development, securing long-term energy futures. By aligning climate action, by aligning these policies with the goals of sustainability and energy security, nations can build more resilient, inclusive, and prosperous societies. So for this happy note, I just want to end my speech. Thank you so much for listening me patiently and attentively, and grateful to all of you. Thank you so much.
We sincerely thank Dr. Swarna for her insightful keynote address on environment and sustainability. Her words have truly inspired us to think, act, and commit toward a greener, more responsible future. We now come to a moment of pride and recognition. It is with immense pride and great honor that NIILM University Cathedral confers the prestigious honorary doctorate degree upon distinguished individuals who have made remarkable contributions in their respective fields, be it in education, public service, social development, literature, innovation, entrepreneurship, or global diplomacy. These honorary doctorates are a humble acknowledgement of their extraordinary achievements, unwavering dedication, and lasting impact on society. They stand as a symbol of excellence, integrity, and inspiration to generations of learners and leaders. By awarding these honorary degrees, NIILM University not only celebrates individual brilliance, but also reinforces its commitment to recognizing talent, vision, and service to humanity beyond conventional boundaries. We wholeheartedly congratulate the recipients and welcome them as honorary members of the NIILM University family. May their journey continue to enlighten and empower countless lives. For this conferment, I would like to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Honorable Registrar Sir, to please come forward for the conferment of honorary doctorate. NIILM University, with its unwavering commitment to honoring excellence and contribution to society, takes great pride in conferring the prestigious honorary doctorate degree upon Mrs. Manisha Singh. Mrs. Manisha Singh. This compliment is a tribute to Mrs. Manisha Singh, outstanding achievements, leadership, and impact in the field of social work, which have inspired generations and aligned with our vision of excellence and service to humanity. I request audience to please maintain the level of volume of your class. Congratulations, ma'am. Let's move ahead. NIILM University, again with its unwavering commitment to honoring excellence and contributions to society, takes great pride in conferring the prestigious honorary doctorate degree upon Mr. Vijay Kumar. Mr. Vijay Kumar. This conferment is a tribute to Mr. Vijay Kumar, outstanding achievements, leadership, and impact in the field of management, which have inspired generations and aligned with our vision of excellence and service to humanity. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Last but not the least, NIILM University, with its unwavering commitment to honoring excellence and contributions to society, takes great pride in conferring the prestigious honorary doctorate degree upon Mr. Jatin Surendra Chawla. This conferment is a tribute to Mr. Jatin Surendra Chawla, outstanding achievements, leadership, and impact in the field of commerce, which have inspired generations and aligned with our vision of excellence and service to humanity. Congratulations, sir. With heartfelt appreciation and deep respect, we now begin the felicitation of our distinguished chief guests who have graced this occasion with their esteemed presence and have added great value to this seminar. May I first invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to present a token of respect and gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor R.C. Kohar, Vice Chancellor, Central University of Haryana. I request the audience to please give away a huge round of applause for our Honorable Chief Guest who have so intellectually on the topic of which we are having a theme for this national seminar, sustainable development. And I think we are fortunate enough to hear from him today. Thank you so much, sir, for your benign presence, for your valuable words, and your blessings for our university. Next, we invite Dr. Swarna as a keynote speaker for this inaugural session to be felicitated by our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Honorable Chief Guest and Honorable Registrar, sir. Congratulations, ma'am, and thank you, ma'am, for your valuable presence and for your valuable insight which you have shared with us from this platform. Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected Chief Guest, our Honorable Registrar Sir, all the dignitaries sitting in the front row for having a happy meal with the NIILM University team, and we will proceed further with the plenary session with it. All the presenters, please notify that we are heading towards the plenary session. We will continue with the plenary session. We will have this session at 1:30 p.m. All the presenters are requested to join according to their breakout rooms. There will be two sessions, technical session 1 and technical session 2. You will get the link very soon, within a couple of minutes. Session 1 will be chaired by Professor Kuldeep Malik from Department of Geography, Pandit Neki Ram Sharma Government College, Rohtak. And the session coordinator will be Ms. Rekha Rani, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, NIILM University, Kathal, Haryana.
Which one?
Everybody, please may I have your attention? There is a car key which anybody is having left, I think. Session 2 will be chaired by Dr. Rajiv Pal, Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, NIILM University, Kathal, Haryana. The session coordinator will be Dr. Vikrant, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, NIILM University, Kathal, Haryana. After 2 sessions, we will have roundtable discussion at Seminar Hall with the theme of balancing energy security imperatives with climate action goals, navigating trade-offs and synergies. Sure, sir.
बैकग्राउंड थैंक यू। सभी पार्टी सभी पार्टिसिपेंट को रिक्वेस्ट की जाती है कि आपके लेफ्ट पोर्शन में ब्रेकआउट रूम्स लिखा हुआ है, उसके ऊपर आप क्लिक कीजिए। आपको एक शेड्यूल प्रोवाइड हुआ है आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन के हिसाब से, टेक्निकल सेशन 1 और टेक्निकल सेशन 2। आपको टेक्निकल सेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू अपने शेड्यूल के हिसाब से आपको ज्वाइन करना है। ब्रेकआउट रूम्स पे क्लिक करोगे, क्लिक करते ही आपको आएगा टेक्निकल सेशन 1 और टेक्निकल सेशन 2। उस पर क्लिक करो और अपना टेक्निकल सेशंस में आप ज्वाइन करो। थोड़ी देर में आपको अलाउ कर दिया जाएगा अनम्यूट के लिए। वहां पे आपका चेयरपर्सन और कोऑर्डिनेटर होंगे जो अकॉर्डिंग टू आपके शेड्यूल आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन होगी। ऑफलाइन कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल में। अच्छा जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट हैं जिनकी आज प्रेजेंटेशन है अकॉर्डिंग टू शेड्यूल, आप टेक्निकल सेशन 1 और टेक्निकल सेशन 2 में ज्वाइन कीजिए। आपके यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन आया होगा ब्रेकआउट रूम्स। ब्रेकआउट रूम्स एट द एंड लेफ्ट पोर्शन में जो लैपटॉप से कनेक्ट है, आपके डाउन पोर्शन में एक पूरी एक वो बनी हुई है, उसमें अलग अलग ऑप्शंस हैं जैसे पार्टिसिपेंट चैट, और एक ऑप्शन है ब्रेकआउट रूम्स। ब्रेकआउट रूम्स पे आप क्लिक करोगे। ब्रेकआउट रूम्स क्लिक करते ही आप में टेक्निकल सेशन 1 टेक्निकल सेशन 2 आएगा। अकॉर्डिंग टू आपके शेड्यूल आपको टेक्निकल सेशन 1 या टेक्निकल सेशन 2 जो आपको मेल रिसीव हुई है, आपका नाम है जहाँ पे आपको उसको ज्वाइन करना है। और जो आपका टाइम शेड्यूल है 1:30 पे, उसके ऊपर कोऑर्डिनेटर और चेयरपर्सन ज्वाइन करेंगे जो आपके अकॉर्डिंग टू शेड्यूल आपको की प्रेजेंटेशन स्टार्ट होगी उस टाइम पे। तो जितने भी आप जिनकी प्रेजेंटेशन और जिनका शेड्यूल है प्लीज आप ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। It is requested to all the participant जिनका आज शेड्यूल था प्रेजेंट करने का, अगर आप मोबाइल से कनेक्ट हैं तो आपके लेफ्ट पोर्शन टॉप में एक ब्रेकआउट के नाम से 4 बॉक्सेस बने आ रहे हैं, उस पर आप क्लिक करोगे, उसके ऊपर टेक्निकल सेशन 1, टेक्निकल सेशन 2, अकॉर्डिंग टू योर शेड्यूल आपको वो सेशन ज्वाइन करनी है। जो टेक्निकल सेशन 1 के अंदर है उनके चेयरपर्सन है प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर कुलदीप मलिक, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ज्योग्राफी, पंडित नेकीराम शर्मा गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज, और उनकी सेशन कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं डॉक्टर मिस रेखा, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स। वही टेक्निकल सेशन 2 की बात करें जो कि कंप्यूटर लैब बी ब्लॉक में है और साथ में हाइब्रिड ऑनलाइन मोड पे है, तो उनका सेशन चेयर है डॉक्टर राजीव पाल, एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स, नीलम यूनिवर्सिटी, और सेशन कोऑर्डिनेटर है डॉक्टर विक्रांत, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग। एट 1:30 आपका टेक्निकल सेशन स्टार्ट होगा। तब तक अपने अपने ब्रेकआउट रूम्स में प्लीज ज्वाइन कीजिए। मोबाइल के अंदर आपके लेफ्ट पोर्शन टॉप पे होगा, ब्रेकआउट रूम्स लिखा हुआ है, टेक्निकल 1, टेक्निकल 2 लिखा आएगा, आप वहां पे क्लिक कीजिए और अपना टेक्निकल रूम ज्वाइन कीजिए। फॉर द पर्सन एंड कैंडिडेट्स हु आर ज्वाइनिंग थ्रू लैपटॉप, देयर इज अ ऑप्शन एट द डाउन पोर्शन ब्रेकआउट रूम्स, क्लिक ऑन दैट एंड देयर इज अ 3 ऑप्शंस कमिंग, मेन रूम, टेक्निकल 1, टेक्निकल 2, ज्वाइन अकॉर्डिंग टू योर शेड्यूल।
गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून। हेलो हेलो सर, आवाज नहीं आ रही मुझे।
सर, जो सिर्फ ऑनलाइन पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं वो कौन सा टेक्निकल सेशन ज्वाइन करेंगे? टेक्निकल सेशन रूम 1 या रूम 2?
हेलो। एंड जो भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, आपसे एक रिक्वेस्ट की जाती है, अगर आप कैमरा तभी ऑन कीजिए अगर आप स्टेबल पोजीशन पे हैं, एंड क्योंकि आपको नियरली 100 प्लस व्यूअर्स हैं, तो थोड़ा सा देख के ज्वाइन कीजिए अपना कैमरा ऑन करने से पहले, और माइक तब तक अनम्यूट कीजिए जब तक रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है आपको।
सर एक
थैंक
क्विक
यू।
क्वेश्चन था।
हाँ जी।
जो जो सिर्फ ऑनलाइन हाइब्रिड मोड में अटेंड कर रहे हैं, जो अटेंडी है, जो पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर रहे, वो कौन सा टेक्निकल रूम ज्वाइन करेंगे?
वो मेन सेशन में ही रहेंगे सर। जो जो पार्टिसिपेंट नहीं है, जो सिर्फ जो प्रेजेंटर नहीं है, जो पार्टिसिपेंट है, वो मेन टेक्निकल सेशन में रहे। आपको कहीं पे ज्वाइन नहीं करना। अभी लंच चल रहा है, लंच के बाद 1:30 1:45 पे दोबारा मेन सेशन स्टार्ट हो जाएगा।
ठीक है, तो बस इसी विंडो पे
हाँ जी, यहीं पे
रहते हैं हम।
ज्वाइन रहिए आप। अभी
ठीक है
लंच
सर,
चल रहा है।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
दोबारा दोबारा क्या करें?
I want to ask one thing. Has the presentation started? This session, presentation session.
Hi, good afternoon. Even I have the same question. If the presentation has started, or do we need to join any breakout room or to stay here?
You have to join a breakout room for presentation.
But my name is not listed there, so I was wondering which breakout room I have to join.
For that, you will be receiving a mail. Means you had received a mail. In that, you can check out your name in the list.
Yeah, my name
There,
is not included in the list, but I have received the confirmation and the list also, but my name is nowhere in the list, in breakout room 1 or 2, neither. So can I join any of the breakout room, or what exactly I should do?
for that, you need to contact the authorities.
Since you are at the university, will you be able to check with the seminar section, or I don't know, if you could please check with the department, because we will have only limited time period and I don't think I will be receiving the response soon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
Ma'am, my name is Namrita. मेरा turn कब होगा?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also here asking the same question. I don't know when. Where should I join? Okay, sorry. I think
Try to
you have to
join
tell
any
me.
breakout room, because I was in a breakout room and over there was turns going on, and I didn't opt for a presentation. So you should try to join any one breakout room, and over there, if they ask you to join another, then you can do that.
Okay, better then I'll join.
I guess you people
Yeah.
should check out your name in the list for 15 and 16 both days. It must be there in either of the days. If not today, then maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Is it okay? Is it organized like that? Because I was thinking that we have to attend both the days. Anyway, I'll check it
No,
out.
your
Thank you so
your
much.
presentation might be scheduled in one of the days now.
I'm not a presenter. I'm just an attendee.
Okay, so attendees have been requested to be here only.
All
I'm
right.
also,
So
I'm
is this,
also a participant. I'm also only a participant, and we have been requested to stay here only.
all right. So, okay, fine. Okay. Thank you, Preeti.
Okay.
But Preeti, they said it's going to start at 1 o'clock, right? Or 1:30. It's already
1:30,
like
they said
1:45.
1:30, but I guess it's getting delayed because it started late in the morning as well.
All right. Okay. Got it. Thank you, Preeti. Bye.
Most welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Richa Moore, welcome you all to the roundtable discussion. The topic of our discussion today is balancing energy security imperatives with climate action. Well, the title of today's discussion may sound technical, but it's a challenge that reflects each and everyone's life, day-to-day life. As we all know that India's socio-economic development process is closely aligned with SDG framework. And today in our roundtable discussion, we will be discussing the three SDG. SDG 1, that is no poverty. SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy. And SDG goal 13, that is climate action. Today in this roundtable discussion, we will discuss that how these three SDG goals, they are synergistically connected and the various trade-off. Because one SDG is somewhere contradicting the other SDG, how we will collab all the technical, education and policy related efforts to achieve the three SDGs. To discuss this crucial topic, we have the learned panel with us today. The chairperson of the panel, Dr. Swarna, Assistant Professor, Department of English, INM PG College, Meerut. The panelist, Ms. Praneet Tomar, Assistant Professor, Gandhi Vidya Niketan College, Damla, UP. Dr. Ramesh Kaith, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Application, Kurukshetra University, and Dr. Rekha Gupta, Dean, School of Commerce and Management, NIILM University, Kaithal. To initiate the discussion, I invite Dr. Swarna for the opening remarks. Dr. Swarna.
Hello, everyone. I'm again here to present my views over the topic of this panel discussion. So balancing energy security imperatives with climate action goals, navigating trades-off and synergies is suggesting that in today's rapidly evolving global landscape, nations faces the dual challenges of ensuring uninterrupted access to affordable energy, of ensuring while also responding decisively to climate crisis. The urgency of energy security, the need to meet growing demands without disruption often run parallel to and sometimes in conflict with. So with equally vital goal of climate action, which calls for rapid decarbonization and a shift to clean energy source. So the dedicated balancing act is no longer a future dilemma. It is a present reality that demands informed voices, bold innovations, and cross-sector cooperation. So thus the theme, balancing energy, security imperatives with climate action goals, navigating trade-off and synergy invites us to critically examine how countries, industries, and communities can manage these competing priorities, mitigate potential conflicts, and uncover powerful synergies that leads us towards a sustainable and secure energy future. So if we talk about mainly two aspects of this topic, trade-offs and synergies. So I am presenting only the main points of trade-offs and short-term reality versus long-term sustainable and national interest versus global cooperation. And despite these trade-offs, numerous synergies are there. Renewable as a tool for energy independence, energy efficiency and demand side management, and diversification and resilience. And fourth one is green jobs and economic growth. So for example, we can take the example of India's Ujjwala Yojana and replace the biomass with LPG in rural areas and reducing indoor pollution and emission while enhancing energy access. So thus balancing energy security with climate action is not about choosing one over the other. It is about crafting intelligent, inclusive, and adaptive strategies that allows nations to transition responsibly. With integrating planning, stakeholders, engagement, and investment in innovation, and the global community can turn trade-offs into opportunity. So I think we should, each and everyone in present scenario should try to convert these trade-offs into opportunities and build an energy future that is both secure and sustainable. For spreading deep insights, we are having with us our esteemed panelists to spread deep insight and valuable insight and elaborate these topics in detail. So I invite the moderator to move on the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Swarna, for setting the tone of the discussion. Madam has talked about inclusiveness. Definitely, India being a huge country, hugely populated country with different economic strata, majority of population below poverty line. Achieving the SDG 7 and SDG 13 is a crucial part. Because when we talk about cleaner and affordable energy resource, because most of the people in rural area, they choose this cheaper fuel resource. For example, coal. In rural India, coal is being heavily used. But on the other hand, if we talk about climatic action, we need to cut down the use of coal, the use of these non-renewable fuels, which are causing air pollution heavily. But if we choose cleaner source of energy, like these days, electric vehicle, they are heavily been advertised to switch from conventional diesel or petrol engine to CNG or electronic vehicle, just as a cleaner fuel option. So achieving this cleaner fuel option, is it affordable to India's rural population or majority of population which is below poverty line? So here comes the question of trade-off. How we will settle this trade-off? This is a part of major discussion today. To continue this discussion, I invite Dr. Praneet Tomar to add some of her views regarding any current case study if she has seen where this trade-off or this synergistic effect of both the cases have been very well dealt off. Over to Dr. Praneet. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you for the question. I would like to talk about a country, and the country that comes to our minds that leads to this discussion of striking a balance between energy security, energy demand, and climate commitments is purely Denmark. So I would like to talk about Denmark for this discussion of mine. Denmark is a country that has set an example for the entire world. It has showcased that balancing energy, the clean energy and safe and economic growth can work hand in hand. It can work together. So when we talk about a country like Denmark, we need to consider the factors that contributes to this discussion. And the first thing that I would like to talk about is the use of their renewable energies. So instead of depending on fossil fuels like coal and oil, the country has made a shift to renewable sources of energy, and the main source of energy now is solar and wind powers. Wind powers in particular are very popular in Denmark, and they even build and export this wind turbines to other countries as well. And since Denmark has a lot of space, they have a very strong wind current, which ultimately helps with their wind power energy. And apart from this, they have also have set some goals for themselves, some long-term goals. But the goal is to make their country carbon neutral by 2050. And for that, they have already started implementing some policies, some rules, and one of the rules is one of those few things that they're doing for this is reducing pollution in cars to automobiles. And apart from that, as I talked about the renewable energy, the renewable source of energy, so they are making a good use of it. And apart from that, they are also planting more and more trees and using new technologies to absorb carbon from atmosphere. So this is one step that they're taking towards a clean energy. And apart from this, I would also like to talk about their energy efficiency programs. It's a top priority in Denmark. They have made it mandatory for the countries to have insulation in homes, in their buildings, which keep their house warm during winters and cool during summers. This is one thing that they have implemented. And along with this, government has made it, again, they have made it a priority to spread awareness regarding climate change, regarding the importance of wind and solar powers. So they are making, they're starting from the ground level. They are making people a part of it, which is ultimately very important. Because even though you make very good policies, they won't survive. They won't stand on their own until and unless it is implemented, like amongst the public. Instead, until and unless you make people a part of it, the policy won't survive. And apart from this, I would also like to talk about their energy security grid, their smart electricity grid, basically. So, smart electricity grid is a system that helps to monitor, to store energies. So, we talk about wind powers, we talk about solar powers, but we must also understand that they work beneficially, but they have some limitations as well. Like, so, for instance, solar power would work efficiently if the sun is shining the brightest. Similarly, wind power will work the best if the wind is very strong, current is very strong. But during unfavorable conditions, these smart electricity, they come handy. So what they do is they store energies to batteries and thermal storages, and in doing so, they save energy for future use. And there's one more thing that they have added to this is that they have connected to people also. They have connected these people to individual houses also, which informs people, which make people aware of, which makes people aware when to curb the use of energy and save energy, so that can be used for future purposes as well. And another thing that these grid systems are very much known for is that they can shift energy, they can transfer energy from one area to another as per the needs of that particular state. And apart from this, as I said, that government plays a very crucial role. Clear policies are again a very important part of any movement. So if you set clear goals, if you make clear policies, it would also build trust of investors, of businessmen into these policies, and they'll be happy to invest. Yes. Right. And then the last point, the last factor that I would like to talk about is public support and participation, which I feel, I personally feel, coming from a humanist background, background, I personally feel is very important. And it is also at the heart of this entire movement that is taking place in Denmark. So, the movement, this transition, this movement of transition from renewable non-renewable sources to renewable sources is not simply led by a government or big industries, big companies. It is actually a people's movement, so which makes it holistic, which makes it so sustainable, and it is what has made it successful in Denmark. So this is one thing as I would like to add to my discussion is that India should also make their clean transition, clean energy movement people's movement. Because until and unless people become a part of it, communities become a part of it, so it is very unlikely for our movement to succeed. So this is what my take is on this particular topic.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. You beautifully explained the example of Denmark, that how Denmark is shifting to a more cleaner approach, clean energy sources, how they have integrated technology to avail this clean energy source, smart grid technology. Importantly, they have included people into this revolution. The message of policy making and the policy implementation should go up to the last citizen. That is the only way we can achieve the two goals together without any trade-off. So I would like to ask Dr. Rekha Gupta, what are the hurdles that India is facing to achieve this policy implementation? What are the lacks? What are the gaps that India is currently facing?
Can speak in people they are connected online. So you are able to everyone.
Yeah, so thank you very much. I fully agree with Praveen that but I can realize that public awareness is must. And through these SDGs, so many seminars, workshops, conferences, every organization is organizing. Definitely, we can spread this message to the general public. And being the educational organization, we can take it as an opportunity that we can reach the every student and to their families, and we can take it as a part of our curriculum, and we can take it as a moral values to be spread out in the general community, that how the participation of general public can make these goals to achieve. Mere presenting as a goals cannot serve the purpose. We have to take the initiative. Every individual has to come forward. And we have to start with ourselves. We can start with our families, with our homes. Any wastage of any kind of resources, that is water, air, energy, we have to watch out. If I talk about in the organization, we must take rounds where the wastage is going on, how it can be stopped. All the technical reasons, all the panel is there, they will be discussing. But my focus is on the general awareness. Every kind of technical aspect is being covered in the UN sustainable goals. But the thing is the participation of a general man, a layman, and we have to reach to them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rekha. Definitely, public awareness is a must to achieve development goal, and development goal should not come on the cost of environment. That is why we are discussing this topic today, that how do we manage our energy needs with climatic action. No wonders that Indian government is also promoting cleaner source of energy as a subsidized rate. Nowadays, solar panels, they are advertised suitable subsidy is also given, so that people can be made aware that cleaner fuel is the future. Because when we have development on the cost of environment, it is just a bubble which will burst definitely. Nowadays, because AI is in every sector of life, So Dr. Ramesh Kaith, I would like you to put more light that how technological innovation, latest technological advancement like smart grid technologies, AI, they can contribute to synergistically achieve the two goals, the climate actions and the energy needs. Over to Dr. Ramesh.
तो मूवमेंट आप करोगे स्लाइड्स की स्लाइड पे मूवमेंट आपके पास इस ओके the first slide. The first slide. Okay. The topic provided to be artificial intelligence impacts to control climate changes. Actually, if I say the definition here. See the first one. The first artificial intelligence is a technology that enables computers and machines to simulate human planning, compression, and problem solving, decision making, and creative autonomy. This is the main definition of artificial intelligence. If you see the first thing, it provides the simulating environment. That means artificial intelligence to control the climate change, it can provide the best policies. That means it can help out the human mind, or it can provide the human learning that how it can energy could be conserved in a better way, so that the our environment could be more clean and could be more sustainable to the energy. The point are here, the role of AI in climate action are here. The AI, a tool for monitoring, prediction, and the decision making. This is the first role for the AI. That means it can monitor. But whatever we using in the day-to-day matter, the energy, we can AI could help it can provide the tool to monitor the policy, and it can predict the data, predict the data that how the future is going to be happen, and it can also provide the better decision. It could be the better decision making. So to have some application area, the first thing is energy. In all over the sector, you can see even in car manufacturing, even in the electrical, even in the all sector of business or the industry, everywhere the AI tools are being used. That means हम कहीं पर भी देखें AI robots की बात करते हैं, robotic की बात करते हैं. That means it provides the better tools for conserving energy. And another thing, even it also helping the farmers and even the laymen for their agriculture. That means पहले क्या होता था कि जो किसान था पानी देने के लिए या उसके जो भी उसको टूल यूज करता था उसमें पावर का सबसे ज्यादा यूज करते थे. But nowadays, what is going to be happen here? They are using the AI tools. That means, in case of any kind of diseases or any kind of problem occur in the plants, that could be even detected by the artificial intelligence, and it can provide the better cure, and it can provide the better content to the farmer. And another thing, the disaster management. So that means it provides the lesser time to tackle with the problem that occurs day to day. And it also provides the better parameter for reducing the energy and reducing the carbon emission. Although I say we are telling that the atomic bomb is going to bring the peace in our world. मैं यदि कहूं कि जो एटम बम होगा वही एक पीस लेके आएगा, वही चीज हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की भी कहते हैं. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, यदि मैं एक सिंपल से एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि हमारे पास जो गूगल का जो सर्वर है, जहां पर वो गूगल का मेन जो सर्वर है, कंपनी जो है जहां पर इंस्टॉल की गई है, यदि उसके आगे से कोई गुजरेगा तो तकरीबन 10 to 20 जो फाइटर जेट होते हैं उससे ज्यादा वो कार्बन इमर्शन करते हैं। एंड थिंक अबाउट द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, वो गूगल के सर्वर से ज्यादा कार्बन इमर्शन करेगा। मैंने तभी कहा था कि जो एटम बम है, शायद हम उससे एज्यूम कर रहे हैं कि वो पीस लेके आएगा। जो डिस्ट्रक्टर होता है वही सबसे ज्यादा पीस लेके आने की जिम्मेदारी उसकी होगा। बट इस केस में क्या होगा कि जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है, इट कैन प्रोवाइड द बेटर सॉल्यूशन, इट कैन प्रोवाइड द बेटर पॉलिसी, but it is the responsibility of our individual people or individual person to implement that policy in a better way। ये है उसका कि कहीं ना कहीं जो एक बेटर वे में जो पॉलिसी है जो इंप्लीमेंट की जा सकती है उसके बारे में बात कर सकते हैं। although it can support in the way of providing the data in a real scenario, जो भी उसको डाटा उसको जो फीड किया जाएगा उसी बेस पे जो उसकी प्रेडिक्शन होगी वो एक बेटर प्रेडिक्शन होगी। वो फ्यूचर को एक बेटर प्रोवाइड जो मेथड्स है, मेथोडोलॉजी है और जो टेक्निक्स है वो प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं। बट इट इज द ड्यूटी ऑफ आवर्स टू इम्प्लीमेंट दैट पॉलिसी इन अ रियल वर्ल्ड, so that the thing we want to achieve that could be achievable. So I am summing up my lecture by these words. Thank you, Richa, and thank you all the team members of organizing the national seminar. Thank you, everyone. Please.
Thanks, sir. Your topic is very best.
Thank you, Dr. Ramesh. Very well said. That no wonder that AI is cutting down our efforts to do any task. It's cutting down our energy needs. It's making prediction easy. Without actually doing the experiment, we can predict the result of experiment. But to use AI, we need human intelligence. There's another debate. We can have another roundtable discussion on use of AI. We will definitely do that. But coming to today's discussion topic, energy needs and the climate action. So will any one of you will suggest any policy change or policy implementation that could be done in practice to realize the two, to overcome the trade-off between the two? Audience is also welcomed. You can also share your thoughts, any questions, any doubts.
I would like to take up this question, and I would like to make a recommendation, a suggestion that our government could invest in DRE. So DRE is a decentralized renewable energy. It is used for generating energy locally and cleanly. So, for instance, microgrid solar panels for villages, for rural areas, and for rooftop solar panels for schools and for colleges, for homes, and even for businesses and industries, factories. And along with this, solar water pumps for irrigation for farmers. So these methods can be inculcated in our policies and it can be used in our policies. And why it is important, or why, how is it beneficial for India, is what we need to address. So what I believe is that it is very beneficial for a country like India, for because India is a very big and diverse country, and we have rural areas and tribal areas which are still not properly connected with the main electricity grid. And in such areas, these innovations would definitely come in handy. And because DRE is a flexible, affordable, and environment-friendly approach. So that is what I feel like that this particular approach can be implemented, can be made part of our country's clean energy movement.
Yes, definitely, Dr. Praneeth. Thank you so much. Because the major problem that I find with India's developmental process is that majority of mass is not actually aware of the current problems. When we are not aware of the problems, how can we think of the solution? Because when our population is majorly below poverty line, is struggling with malnutrition, is struggling with daily wages and all, how can they think of environment? environment becomes secondary for them, because assessing cleaner source of fuel, like buying a CNG vehicle compared to a second-hand diesel vehicle, is more affordable. So achieving an affordable source of energy with a cleaner source of energy, the common man is not really aware, because he is already juggling up with so many things. So especially with this complex scenario, complex socio-economic scenario in India, the topic really holds more and more discussions, that how we can come out really with achievement of these two goals, that the climate action and the cleaner source of energy, that is energy security. So long way to go, but I feel now I invite Dr. Swarna for the concluding remarks.
Before going further, I would like to move ahead the idea of public awareness. So just we have heard and we have promoted the slogans that Prakriti se Pragarti ki or go green. So these are the one basis on the papers. But I think we should inculcate into the children from the initial stage. We should motivate and inculcate these thoughts from the childhood of the children through their curriculum and through their schooling. So I think these are the government fundas to popularize the policies, but on ground level, these policies are on paper. These slogans are only papers. बच्चों हमें campaign करना है environment related. So these are only the hanging slogans on the hands of the students. So I think we should inculcate, we should means these theory do in practice so that it should be implemented from the ground reality. So I think so. And our panelists have very well explained each and every aspects of the balancing energy with climate action. And I am saying that, and I must say that balancing energy with climate action is not just about the choosing between two priorities, but it's a call for a strategic integration. It's a call for a strategic planning, a strategic policy, not on papers, but there should be a strategy behind that policy, that how we should implement this policy on ground level. That is the main focus, I think so. And as the world transitions towards a low carbon future, recognizing trade-offs and actively pursuing synergies become essential for that. And through innovations, inclusive policy making, and international cooperation, it is possible to ensure that energy remains reliable, accessible, while also safeguarding the planet for future generation. And with implementing the strategic integration, we can also use AI, as Sir has suggested, but don't misuse AI. Use AI in the right direction towards go green on the slogan. So the path forward lies not in compromise between in convergence, while sustainability and security reinforce each other in shaping a resilient, equitable, and energy efficient world. So with these words, I would like to end my speech and thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Swarna and the panelists, Dr. Rekha Gupta, Dr. Ramesh, Dr. Praneeth, for the thought-provoking ideas and for the enriching discussion we had today regarding the synergistic sustainable development and energy security and interdisciplinary approach. Definitely interdisciplinary, because the sustainable development goal, achieving that sustainability is not just a goal, it's a continuous process, it's a journey in itself. So thank you for being the part of discussion. Thank you so much. With this, we conclude this roundtable discussion. Please stay for the felicitation of our esteemed panelists. For the felicitation ceremony, I invite Dr. Mahendra Munde Dr. Manoj Karobar is available. Sorry, ma'am. मैंने इसमें कुछ अपना वो नहीं दिया ना स्ट्रक्ट वगैरह कन्वीनर है आज नीचे कह रही थी गीतांजलि देख रहे अगर मैं ऐसे नाम तो डिले होते हैं ये देखो ये देखना एंट्रेंस कोऑर्डिनेटर में होगा मेरा
ले लेती हूँ, ले लो, पता नहीं है ना, गायब कर दिया इसमें। मेरा नाम नहीं पता, वो बोल रही थी मेरे को, क्या नाम है उसका, गीतांजलि कह रही मैडम आपको नाम पता भी नहीं है नाम, कोई देखा मेरा ड्यूटीज में नाम है ना, वहाँ बैठी थी वो लैपटॉप लेके, उसमें दिखा रही थी मुझे काम उठा नहीं चाहिए। बीच के वर्ड्स हो चुके हैं, शुरू में होगा एंड की तरफ जा रहा हूँ, बस फिर फेलिसिटेशन के लिए फिलहाल है, क्या जाएंगे 9 तक में।
Miss Parneet, huge round of applause, everyone. Dr. Ramesh Kaur. Dr. Kuldeep Malik. Dr. Ramesh Kaur. Professor Kuldeep Malik, Session Chair for the plenary session. वही से Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. With this, we conclude the roundtable discussions. Have a good day, everyone.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Hello, sir. Good afternoon.